A warm welcome from the NAACP, Roy Wilkins, Mid-Manhattan Branch. Join us as we celebrate the holidays and acknowledge community memberships. Hear words from some of our community organizers. And then dance down the Soul Train line, Mid-Manhattan style. We come to you from the Harlem State Office Building.
Let me just welcome all of you here to our holiday party. I'm going to ask Senator Bill Perkins to come up and say a few words because he stopped by. He is also a member of the executive board of the New York branch of NAACP.
Thank you very much, Jeff. I want to first express my appreciation to Jeff for his leadership with regard to this branch of the NAACP. I'm honored to be a life member of the Harlem branch of the NAACP, but even more so, hopefully to be a life member of the New York State Senate, thanks to your support. But I want to also say that we've been very fortunate. This has been a good year for us in this country. We have a good president, and I think that signals some of what can happen, not only in terms of our community, but also in terms of our city and in terms of our state for the next year. So we're going to be going back up to Albany in January to take care of your business. I want to make sure that you understand that my office is your office. In mi casa es su casa. And we're right upstairs, and I want you never ever to hesitate to stop by that office and to ask, or even if necessary, demand what it is that we need to be doing for you. And I need to hear from you any which way you can make yourself heard. Personally, email, text, whatever, because we're going to have a tough challenge in front of us, and we want to make sure that we're on target with what it is that you're concerned about that we need to make sure happens. So thank you very much for your support and your continued work in the civil rights movement on behalf of our community, on behalf of our families. Thank you so much, Jim.
Let's give our Senator another round of applause. We're fighting a big fight. You heard we talked about this at our last meeting in our executive board about what's going on in the state senate. I'm going to hold the rest of my remarks till the rest of my officers get here. We're going to have a very, very short, brief meeting. And because there's a ballot that we do have to elect to the National Board of Directors, which includes our New York State Conference President, Dr. Hazel Dukes. So we have to do that ballot tonight, and then it's going to be a quick vote, and then we're going to adjourn, and then we're going to celebrate. Okay? Thank you very much.
Before we start, I'd like to pay solemn tribute to the innocent lives that were tragically taken away in the devastating shooting that took place last week at the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newton, Connecticut. I'm sure all of us, in our own ways, have been affected by that, particularly those who have young children, who, even if you don't have young children, it really doesn't make a difference. It's all been very traumatic for all of us. So I think important that we send our prayers for the parents, families of those victims, and share their grief over the loss of their loved ones, whether they were teachers or children, wives, husbands. It doesn't really make a difference. But we stand with the rest of the nation in showing our full support for the Newton community as they cope with the shock and the pain of this tragic incident. As an organization and as individuals, I'm sure we all condemn this heinous crime that killed and wounded so many young and beautiful children. Such an abominable act has no place in our society, and in fact, no place in our country. So we cannot tolerate, nor will we tolerate, and allow people to inflict such harm on the youngest, most defenseless members of our society. So we just wanted to take a moment to honor those people, honor those children, honor those families, and keep them in our hearts, particularly during this very trying time, this holiday season, as they are without their loved ones. So we just want to have a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Now, I want to introduce you to our branch president, Jeffrey E. Eaton, who has done a tremendous job guiding this branch the last few years. Jeffrey, as you know, wears many hats: activist, branch president, chief of staff for Congressman Rangel, and I think he does a rather good job of doing all of them. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Jeff, and he's going to talk about some business. We're not going to have a long, lengthy business meeting this evening because we're here to be festive. But Jeff does have a few words, and so Jeffrey Eaton, thank you.
Thank you, First Vice President Gary Johnson. Let's give him a round of applause. I can't hear you though. I'm going to take this party back to the branch. Want to go back to the branch next holiday party? Okay. As a parent and as a father, I was very touched about the incident that occurred last Friday. And it just reminds all of us as NAACP members the work ahead. And we're going to be working very closely with the national office to ramp up our efforts to get stronger gun laws enacted in this country. And as we talk about what's going on economically, we have violence right in our communities right here, and I praise God and thank God for the efforts that we did over the summer, like Occupy the Corners, like the Harlem Transformation Project that Akita Rose, one of our members, has been engaged with. It did reduce the youth violence, and let's give Akita Rose and all of you who have participated in the Occupy the Corners. It's very important because we have not had many incidents since that effort has happened. And really until this last effort that happened in Connecticut. But I went to about 15 funerals this year, and most of them were young people. So it's not just Connecticut, it's right here in our own community. Just like HIV and AIDS is right here in our own community in Central Harlem. So that's the work ahead, and that's what we're going to do. And just to give you some branch business, earlier this evening, we had 8 delegates that were selected to re-elect 7 board members and 1 board member for Region 2 back to the National Board of Directors. Their terms had expired. And one of those members who had term had expired was Dr. Hazel Dukes. So I want to thank Louis Sharp, Mary Sweeting, Tom Capers, Tyrone Anthony, Kendall Reed, Keith Pope, Pam Lane Toth, and myself. We were the delegates that elected our slate. I put the envelope in the mail, so that envelope is on its way. And just to give you an update on branch elections, an appeal has been sent to the national office by one of the candidates. That appeal is right now in President Ben Jealous' office. His office will review the appeal, and then they will send a notice to the branch on what their results are going to be. Until that happens, all the officers, all your executive board members are still in place. You are still in place. Until the appeal process has run its course and National has made its recommendation on the appeal, all of the officers and executive board members who are now officers remain officers. So if we go into next year, we have not heard anything. Come January 2013, you are still the first vice president, you're still the second vice president, you're still on the executive board. Is that clear, everybody? And we won't have any questions about that. I have a special presentation, and I'm going to ask, I've been engaged in trying to ramp up our efforts on life membership. And I went to Reverend Williams, Reverend Reginald Williams, who's the pastor of Charity Baptist Church. And I'm going to ask him to come forward at this point before he brings his other members with him to help me in this effort. And we've been working really hard and diligent to get fully paid life memberships done. And Reverend Williams and his wife are 2 Civil Life fully paid members. Give them a round of applause. Paid in full. I'm going to ask Reverend to bring, if he would bring those up with him. Mr. James Allen, come forward. So we have Sandra and Reggie, life members. We have James Allen, representing ARC, life member. And we have Charity Baptist Church, which is now a life member. So, and ARC is a life member. So not only can you be a fully paid life individual member, but you can also have an organization, your church. So I want to engage all of you to go back to your churches, go back to your organizations, and say, look, you can become a fully paid civil life member to the Mid-Manhattan branch NAACP. Will you do that? And if you do that, you get a very beautiful plaque. And I'm going to ask
Reverend Stephanie Reynolds, where are you?
Reverend Williams, representing Charity Baptist Church, please come forward. Where are my photographers? Okay, I'm going to ask Reverend to say a few words on behalf of Life Membership.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. When Jeff came to us, and he was really talking about the relevancy of this new age NAACP, he gave a lot of different examples. One of the ones that was most striking to me personally was when he talked about the NAACP's registration, voter registration this last election cycle. And down in Florida, the NAACP was responsible for registering over 200,000 new voters. And Obama won by 174,000 in Florida. And that was very impressive. And then we started talking about criminal justice. And too often in our communities we hear the term 25 to life. And we came up with a new slogan that we want to try to employ, 25 for life. And so going forward, we want to try to identify 25 life members who will pay up in full, including clergy, social service organizations, individuals who will make that commitment, and that we can launch that and be the most proactive branch in not only the state, but in the country. Thank you very much.
Now, the other plaques are still in the process of being made, and we'll present those plaques to you at our Freedom From Luncheon next year. But the Certificate of Civil Life Membership, this certifies that Sandra Williams, Reverend Reginald Williams, James Allen, Charity Baptist Church, and ARC is a life member of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, having paid the sum of $750 into the Treasury of the National Office, testifying forever to our faith and the future of all Americans in the United States, and in the principles of equality and justice in the American Constitution, and witness whereof, Board of Directors has caused this certificate to be issued October 12th by President Ben Todd Jealous, Ophelia Everett, National Life Membership Chair, and Chairman Rosalind Brock. Congratulations to all of you.
Good evening, first of all.
Good evening.
Good evening. And I'm ever grateful to the NAACP for this award. Being a Southern country boy, 87 years old, but born in a time of segregation. That's when I first heard about the NAACP. And I'm so grateful that it's still alive and it will go on forever. God bless all of you.
And God bless the NAACP. Thank you. So, the work ahead. Y'all all been challenged. All been challenged. I got 5 more fully paid live coming in before the end of the year. So y'all gotta catch up to me, okay? Is that a deal? Yeah. All right, because also it brings revenue to the branch. Because for every fully paid life membership, our take is $300. Okay? We keep $300 of the $750. So every life membership you bring in, we get $300. So I already secured $1,500 for the branch, and I'm working on another $1,500 before the end of the year. So we all do that and go back to our churches, because once you make the church a life member, then the church can talk to their members about becoming members. Not just life members, but regular adult members, and we engage more members in the church to join our branch. So that's what we're going to be doing as part of our initiative moving forward. And thank you very much. I'm going to acknowledge Mr. Samuel D. Roberts, the Honorable Samuel D. Roberts, a senator from the great county of Syracuse. Is he still here? Come on over, Sam. And not often we get a visitor from Syracuse, New York. You got a lot to say. He's been for a long time.
Well, thank you, Brother President. And I also am a life member of the NAACP. Thank you. I got in about 20 years ago when it was only 500. But you know, for years I had always paid my yearly dues and attended our dinners and our functions. And then I said, well, wait a minute, I've paid this amount already. Can't I get? No, you have to sign up. And I said, okay, so I just went on and did it. So I'm gonna tell you, but the NAACP is a great organization, and as they always say, we have to keep moving forward and not backwards. And with the NAACP, a lot of people think, that, and especially coming from Syracuse, you have to understand the dynamics. As many of y'all in this room, that's how many black folks we have in the whole city of Syracuse. No, it's not that bad, but it is close. So we really need y'all. Because anytime, we have problems, we always have to run to the Civil Defense Fund. I serve on several different committees, myself, with our branch. And again, just keep the struggle up. God loves you, so do I, and Merry Christmas.
Syracuse is another county that was gerrymandered to protect white incumbents. So they lost an opportunity to elect another black elected official or another minority elected official because of gerrymandering. And that was one of the places that we testified at a hearing on behalf of Syracuse and throughout the state. I'm going to ask our Councilman Robert Jackson to come forward and greet us.
Thank you, President Eaton. My fellow New Yorkers, my brothers and sisters, good evening to all of you. And the Arabic saying, Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon all of you. So I say to all of you, I came here today. In fact, Joanna Garcia, my Chief of Staff, and Juan Rosa, my Director of Community Affairs, we just left downtown at RWDSU. A union had their holiday party, and obviously we had to come uptown. Because if anywhere you have to take care of, you have to take care of home. And my base is uptown, not downtown. So I wanted to come to greet all of you and wish all of you health, happiness, peace, and prosperity, in that order. You can be rich, and I've known a lot of rich people you hear on the news, they commit suicide. They're millionaires and billionaires. So your health is number one, obviously, and your family. And I've said, keep it simple. If you have good health and your family has good health, and you have a job, that's the basic. Because then you have the foundation in order to survive. And knowing in 2013, it's going to be a tough year overall, especially from a political point of view. In New York, we're going to elect a new mayor, a new public advocate, a new city controller, a brand new speaker of the city council, about 35 brand new members of the city council. You're going to elect 4 out of 5 borough presidents. So the administration of this city is going to change in January of 2014. And me, I hope to be a part of that change, because I'm running to be the next borough president of Manhattan. But I didn't come to talk about myself. But let me just tell you, I was trying to get to Virginia to work for President Obama, but I didn't make it down there. But I was at an uptown club. They had a phone bank, and I was phone banking into Philadelphia, where Juan took off 6 weeks from work to work in Philadelphia for Obama. And I was phone banking in Ohio, doing hours of work. And people said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Just like you, trying to work to make sure our president gets reelected." And then the next day, I tweeted this over my Twitter account. My Twitter account is rjackson_NYC. I tweeted this: New York Times, comma, yes, semicolon. New York Post, comma, no, semicolon. New York Daily News, comma, no, semicolon. The United States of America, yes! Because clearly America spoke that they wanted our president, Barack Hussein Obama, to be re-elected in order to guide our country. And so I say to all of you, and as the Reverend said, you went down to Florida. How many did you register down there? 200 what?
200,000 NAACP.
1,000. And he won down in Florida by 170,000. So you know that one vote can make a difference. So stay united, stay part of the NAACP family. And Jeff, I am not a member, but I'm going to join in January as a life member of the Mid-Manhattan branch.
God bless the NAACP. I'm now going to ask the Deputy Majority Leader to come up for the New York City Council. Probably going to be the next Speaker of the City Council. First black woman of color in the leadership of 250 years of the City Council. She's fired up and ready to go. Fired up and ready to win, right? The Honorable Inez Dick is my best friend.
Thank you so much. Hey, Reg. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Is this the NAACP? Yes. I don't hear you. Yes. Oh yeah, now you still working for civil rights? Yes. You're still working for human rights? Yes. Yeah, you're still working for all of us, not just in our community, but across this great country. Yes. Did we not rock it in November? Yes. Did we not re-elect President Barack Obama? Yes. When they said no, we said yes. When they said no, we said yes. Exactly, we rocked it. And you know what? The NAACP, particularly this branch, took the lead in doing voter registration. And I'm so proud of you, because anytime anyone says, who did voter registration, who was out there getting out the vote, it was always the Mid-Manhattan branch. And where's RJ? You know, RJ rocks it in the city council. You know, he fights for our education. Put the chicken down, brother. You know, put the chicken down, brother. It's all right. Come on. We know you like chicken. You know. But you know, he rocks it in supporting and fighting for education for our kids. Our kids are our future. And if we do not take hold and embrace and love our youth, if we do not show them that there is another path, if we do not teach them that they can be the President of the United States, then we have lost our future. We've lost our future. And yes, in the city council, I've been blessed with the help of Speaker Quinn and RJ to bring more than any other council member has ever brought to this community for affordable housing, for education, for health, for Harlem Hospital, for the African Museum. God has blessed me with that because our communities need it. And we have a lot of development going on. And the community needs development. We need to raise our economic base. We need employment opportunities. But you know what? Those of us that stay here in this community to make it viable, to make it so that everybody now recognizes that it's a diamond, so that everybody wants to be a part of it. Stop rocking, Beverly. Then we need to be able to stay here too. We need to be able to stay here too, and we need to have the opportunity to own our own. And if we can subsidize rents, we can begin to subsidize home ownership. It's important that we own our community. It's important. That's right. Because that's the only way we can prevent it from being taken from us. That's right. The only way. So I stand here and I say, yes, I am running for speaker. Yeah. Yes, I will be speaker. Yeah. I wish you a blessed holiday. A beautiful season. This is a beautiful season. This is the only time when we really seem to show love for each other. But you know what? This is the type of season that we need all the time. Because this is when we help one another. We bring toys for the less fortunate. We help those that have not had the ability to support and sustain their families. But I want you to have a healthy new year. I want you to have a successful new year. I want you to have a prosperous new year. I'm going to ask God to continue to bless us, that we stand united together, that we will continue to fight together, that we will not allow anyone to divide us. Because divide and conquer, remember that? There's divide and conquer. And we're not going to allow that. We're going to say no to that. And I wish you the best that God has to offer in 2013. God bless you, and I love you.
I guess a life member of the Harlem, New York branch. Let me acknowledge Wilma Brown, just a little, Bravo Wilma Brown, and a new leader, State Committee man, Londell Davis. Come out and show yourself. We are bringing up the young people. State Committee man for the 70th Assembly District. I'm going to ask my first Vice President to come up and give you our marching orders in regards to the fiscal cliff, and then that'll end the program and we can continue to dance.
I like that. We want to get the dancing, right? All right, so I'm sure that everybody's been hearing about this fiscal cliff reality that's upon us as a country. As first vice president of this branch, I'm also I wear another hat, I'm the state chair for economic development, so I get to bring you this really wonderful news about the fiscal cliff. So this is a term used to describe a momentous U.S. federal tax increase in spending cuts that are due to take place at the end of 2012 and early 2013. If this event takes place, and if the President and the Congress can't come to an agreement on taxes to raise and budgets to cut, then these measures will automatically slash the federal budget deficit by $503 billion between fiscal year 2012 and 2013. While these actions can have a significant economic effect on our nation in the short term, analysts say that putting off or canceling all these measures without a longer-term debate or deficit deal would be equally dangerous to the U.S. economy. Now, why are we talking about this? We're talking about this because we've all come to realize that economics is a civil right. And it's important for our government and our government leaders, our elected officials, to pay attention to the things that are taking place, and make sure that these cuts, these proposed cuts, don't affect the most needy people within our communities. And, you know, we may not be as concerned about the effects on the Defense Department or things like that, but we are concerned about the effects that happen right here within Harlem. There's going to be cuts to funding for education, cuts to funding for housing, cuts to funding for mental health. And these are the things that our communities need to pay attention to, and we need to make sure that those who we elect to represent us do their jobs. And when they don't do their jobs, we need to be getting on the phone and calling people and saying, work out deals, work out compromises, pay attention to make sure that these things don't happen. The NAACP is very, very active in this measure. The Washington Bureau Chief, Hillary Shelton, has put out a memo to the branches, and I'm going to read it. Can I have everyone's attention? This is from Hillary Shelton. It is extremely important that you contact your House of Representatives and Senator by phone, by fax, or email to urge them to work towards the development of a balanced budget which makes the tax code more fair and does no additional harm to the programs which service especially those most vulnerable amongst us. Kindly forward to your family and friends this message to urge them to take action. The fiscal cliff will have a serious impact if a deal is not reached by December 31st. Automatic cuts and tax increases will start going into effect January 1st, January 31st. Let your voice be heard. Take immediate action by contacting Congress and your senators right now. Hillary says he wishes you a bright and joyous holiday, best wishes for your family, and have a happy and healthy new year. The struggle continues. Thank you.
Thank you, President Johnson. And one last announcement. The Black Cowboys Rodeo Rich Veterans United and Friends ride for President Obama inauguration. They have a bus. Tickets are $99 before January 10th, $125 after is a round trip to the inauguration. See Maxine for more details. I will take a motion to adjourn. I have a second. All in favor? We are in adjournment. Happy holiday.
Merry Christmas. Come on, homeboy. Represent for the minute. The winner will get a prize. Come on, homeboy. Yeah! Looking sharp. Uh-oh. With the pocketbook? With the bag? Work it, girl. Hey. Uh-oh. Here come Big Man. Uh-oh. Oh! There's my bartender. Uh-oh. Here's my assistant. Uh-oh. Yo, Miss Santa. Uh-oh. This is trouble. My other bartender. Uh-oh. Lovely lady right here. Here comes Slick. Come on, Kendall. Uh-oh. That's sis right there, y'all. That's Harlem right there. Two-stepping. Come on, homeboy. You was late. You was some Michael Jackson. I didn't know you could dance. Homeboy. The moonwalk. The slide. Let's go. Uh-oh. Congress in the building. Go Miss Anna. Work it, girl. She's there every year, y'all. Representing. Right, that's my girl right there. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Homeboy said he ain't through. Uh-oh, the twins, y'all. Oh, this a better side trainer than the real soul train. Uh-oh, the triplets. Oh, they do the robot. Let's go. Come on. Oh, we got couples now. Come on. Oh. Let's go. Come on, come on. Oh, this is a good duel right here. Hey, hey. Somebody do the robot. Let's go. Hey. Special dedication of this song to Guardians Association. Charles McQuaid, thank y'all for bringing the food and everything. And thank you so much to the Guardians Association. Let's go.
I'm gonna put on my dancing shoes and go out and step the whole night through. Yeah. I wait till somebody else gets up. I wanna be the first one to hit the floor. So tell the DJ to turn it up. 'Cause it feels so good. Dancing to this remix makes me wanna step. 'Cause it's a cut. Oh baby, go home. Yeah. Step in the name. Oh Lord, then I'm gonna groove. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Piper of R&B, and I would like to welcome you to the Chocolate Factory. This album was designed to make you feel good.
Get that on tape. Yes, yes,
Those
yes.
of you who want to feel good, follow me. Now I know everybody's familiar with the stepping game. Yeah, people love that now. But y'all know I had to go and do a remix and put it on the Chocolate Factory. Yeah. So the stepping game we played then is the same game we gonna play right now. Are y'all ready? Yeah. Come on. 1, 2, 3, step, 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 side to side, round and round, hit the knot, separate, bring it back, and let me see you do the Lord's side. Step, side to side, round and round, hit the knot, separate, bring it back, and let me see you do the Lord's side. Step, side to side, round and round, hit the knot, separate, bring it back, and let me see you do the love side. Step by step, step by step, round and round, step it now, separate, bring it back, and let me see you do the love side. Step by step, step by step, round and round, step it now, separate, bring it back, side to side, see you do the love side. Step by step, step by step, round and round, step it now, separate.
For the big girls, all the small girls, oh, all the rich girls, all the good girls, DJ Jazz, come on!
I got them shaking it, it's like condos, man. I'm shaking the city like cake. The haters blow in the face like Gonzo, cause I'm drinking the cake, so let's play. I'm taking the game, the game's mine. Yeah, I witness changes my time. Yeah, I'm new to the game, but y'all might wanna say you ain't raps, they like saving time. I can dance on it, I'm two-step. Y'all looking at something like a true player. A girl told me that a man that can dance might could possibly get down with the tool in his pants. Now I'm a ladies, let me see it vibrate. And when it's over, you ain't gon' need your bow. Cause I'm a pro, make you bend your back load and the pound of real fast, just like the purple lake. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now, yeah, yeah. Hey, big girl, make it back it up, make it back it up. Hey, big girl, make it back it up, make it back it up.
Y'all looking good!
We can play with the bed, straight ragged, and the girl say me, like me, never right shit. Yeah, I'm so expensive, I can't help my flow and be good. I gotta gift like it gotta be Christmas. Swag on this like it gotta be gifted. The girl wrote credits, and they won't get just to make a whole frame. You can see that. Little of the bit when I'm saying my scriptures. Cause I leave you holy like a prayer in the temple. I move with the letter of a pencil. And my won't miss you, good like tissue. Take a damn lie, cause you got a pistol. And I don't think about it with the right these issues. Wobble, baby, 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 wobble, get it now, yeah, yeah, get it now.
Go see Miss Jean West on my side right here.
Shake, 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 get it here. Wobble, wobble, just push it, get it here. Show me what you got, show me what you got. Show me what you got, show me what you got.
Yeah, check one. I got Pam coming around, y'all. Put your name on a dollar bill. Your chance to win the 50-50 raffle. Oh, 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 big girls. I said,
Wait a minute now.
wait a minute now.
Wait a minute now.
Wait a minute now.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah.
Wobble, baby. Wobble. Wobble, baby. I said, come on. I said, yeah, yeah.
Get it now. Yeah, yeah, get it now. Yeah, yeah.
Big shout to Harlem. The big girls. Come on. And then the small girls. Come on. Let's go. Hey. DJ Jazz. Uh-oh. Somebody grab somebody. Come on. Hey, hey, hey. Don't be shy. Get your drink on. Get your food on. Hey.
You make me happy. This you can get. You sit right beside me.
Once again, we got the 50-50 raffle coming around. The homegirl Pam. Sign your name on a dollar bill. Your chance to win some money.
You should know. I can't understand it now. Where did we go wrong? I won't get girl. I've got to love.
Everybody help side. Keep on, keep it on. Girl, when you're in my arms, I can't let you go. Just hold me tight till the end of the night. Now what we gonna do is get our two-step on right now. Oh, hey, oh, hey.